Not gonna lie, it really feels like both teams lost this game. The Golden State Warriors take the 1-0 series lead on the road, defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves 99-88. And man, I just knew this game was over the minute Draymond Green hit 4 out of his first 5 three-pointers. He was killing it in the first quarter. Steph Curry was absolutely killing it. And this is where, yes, the Warriors did win today, but they also lost at the same time because Steph Curry came down with a left hamstring injury. He asked to get subbed out the game immediately. And it turns out, according to Sham's report today, that he's going to be missing, absolutely going to be missing game 2, but he might be out for about a week. And it's not like the regular season if you miss a week that you're going to miss like 3 or 4 games. No. If Steph Curry misses a week here in this series, he's going to be missing like 2 to 3 games, and that's basically half the series. Which obviously sucks for the Warriors, but they were able to pull out today's game. They didn't even play that well offensively. It's just the Timberwolves were just so god-awful on the offensive end. But Jimmy Butler had a great game. Of course, you got Draymond Green carrying the offensive load in the first half, which is really crazy to say. And then Buddy Hield, who started off very slow, had a very good third quarter. That was basically enough to get them to win. You include some good Gary Payton minutes. Pat Spencer got into the game and actually played pretty decent. Jonathan Kuminga played like 10 to 12 minutes, and he actually scored 7. But one person I want to shout out on the Warriors, Kevon Looney. I think they're going to have to play more of him this series, probably over Quinn Post, which he did in this game. Because in terms of physicality on the inside, he's probably the best they got. And when the Timberwolves started going to Gobert in that fourth quarter, again, weird to say, but he was probably the best solution there. Now it's time for me to roast the Timberwolves because, damn, the three-point shooting just continues to be bad from Game 5 last series. Luckily not 7 for 47 bad, setting a playoff record, but still, 5 for 29, missing your first, 16 or 17 threes, absolutely horrible. And I'm sorry, man, I love watching you play, but that performance in the first half was absolutely abysmal. 1 point, 0 for 9 shooting, and rightfully so. Chris Finch called him out in the post-game press conference saying, we just need a better leader out there. We need it better than what Ant gave us in the first half. Now, we did pick it up in the second half. I think he finished with 23 points, so that means 22 points in the second half. But still, you needed a better end from the get-go. If there's any saving grace for the Timberwolves, I think that there's a path to victory, especially with going into the paint. Julius Randle got 10 free throws at 10 for 10, and they absolutely dominated in terms of points in the paint. Though they need to focus on the rebounding because getting out-rebounded by the Warriors by 10 is unacceptable. But yes, the three-point shot's a big part of their offense. They were 4th in the league in terms of three-pointers made per game. But at the same time, you have the huge size advantage. You need to make sure that that's a big part of your game plan. And I think now without Steph Curry, they're going to be sure to lean into their strengths. Yeah, tough loss for the Timberwolves. They started to come back a little bit in that fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards played better. They started getting Rudy Gobert involved, and then Kevon Looney happened. The Warriors nipped down the butt, and they were able to pull out the win. Now they have the 1-0 series lead. Look, I don't know how they're going to manage with Steph Curry going on in this series, but the Timberwolves need to bounce back big in Game 2. If the Warriors get one win this next week, that's going to be huge for them, especially if Steph can come back. I think the Timberwolves are going to bounce back, even though it's an unfortunate situation. This is their time to pounce.